So Searching was one of the most talked about movies of last year. Everyone was praising it. They were talking about how well it used the whole movie being filmed on a computer screen. And I was thinking that it wasn't going to be that great because I was like, oh, it's doing the unfriended thing. But after watching it, I think they pulled off the whole movie being filmed on a computer screen and like news broadcasts and things amazingly well. I think this movie was directed really well. I think the pacing was great. I never felt bored, which I expected to in this sort of format because I thought, well, it's just going to get old after a while. But it always stayed fresh and it just kept on going. This is a pretty fast paced movie. And I love the way it kept going. And I was engaged the entire time. I wanted to see what happened next. And there were some twists and turns, and I didn't predict any of them. Like at the end of the film, we think that the film is going to end one way, and it would have been a pretty good ending, but not that great. But then the character just discovers something else, and it leads into a whole new line of discoveries, and you're just like, wait, what? And it makes the film so more engaging when it just comes out of nowhere. So I love that about the ending, and obviously I'm not going to spoil it here, but I love that about the ending in which it kind of just came out of nowhere, so it made you way more engaged because I didn't see it coming at all. I also really like John Cho in this movie, our protagonist, the dad whose daughter gets lost. I felt that he was really convincing and actually felt like a dad in the way he would text his daughter and other things he does throughout the film. But that's really it for the acting. That's really great. Like John Cho gives a really good performance, but everyone else is either like kind of good, meh, or kind of bad. Like it's not that big of a flaw because all of the bad performances are people that we only see for a couple of seconds or like a minute or two. But the meh performances were mainly the like side characters that had a big role. Like it would be really inconsistent in which John Cho was giving a really good performance, but then would go to a side character who was giving not a very good performance. So it just felt inconsistent in the acting department. But since John Cho was so good, he kind of held everything together. So it's not as big of a flaw as it would be if our main character wasn't doing a good job. Another thing I really liked about this movie was the film editing and the screenplay. And I also liked how it would go from the computer screen to things like FaceTime and phone calls and sorry, security cam footage. I liked how it would switch from each thing, which would keep the movie more consistent and more, I guess, more fresh because it would kind of get bland after a while if it was just the computer screen the entire time and just going on websites. So I really like that about the film. But overall, my main issues with the film are the inconsistent acting and just some flaws with like how slow the mouse would move on the screen of how slow the character would move it. Like people move their mouses way faster than they do in this film. But that's really nitpicky stuff and more things like that, like how he would use the computer. Just things like that, really nitpicky stuff. But other than that, I thought John Cho was really good. I thought the screenplay was good. The editing, I thought I was on the edge of my seat for most of this film. So overall, this movie was pretty good. Just some inconsistent acting and some nitpicks. So overall, I'd give this movie a 7 out of 10. I would recommend you guys seeing it. It's a really good watch. Kept me at the edge of my seat. So really exciting watch. Hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you for letting me show my passion of film with you guys. I really appreciate it. So.